Hello there, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and Hulk Hogan, what just happened? So let's talk about Hulk Hogan and racism. Hooray! It's a middle-class white guy here to give his opinion about racism. Don't worry everybody, I'll sort this out. You can thank me later. After all, the British sort of invented racism. Yeah, it's a real family business. So, Hulk Hogan has been fired from WWE after homophobic and racial recordings were leaked as part of his sex tape scandal lawsuit. Wow! Let's just let that sentence breathe for a bit. Oh my god. Hulk Hogan, what happened? Eat your vitamins and say your prayers, kids. And if you say your prayers hard enough, then your DJ best friend will let you plow his wife and let it ruin your entire career. Hooray! Amen! WWE has fired Hulk Hogan for saying the F word with regards to gay people and the N word with regards to black people, just a whole lot. And, oh god, it's so horrible. He's been removed from WWE.com in its entirety. You can't find him there. He's not listed in the Hall of Fame. All his merchandise has been taken down. I mean, God, I feel sorry for any interns if they decide to scrub him from the WWE network. Guys, you might as well just scroll across the 80s and hit Control X. Because otherwise, good luck. Now, WWE has not distanced itself this dramatically and severely from a superstar since Chris Benoit. And considering that Hulk Hogan didn't, kill anybody that we know of, then is this fair? Is this a right thing to do? Well, let's deal with the no side of that story first. You see, Hulk Hogan has been a professional wrestler for the majority of his life. He's been part of this industry. The professional wrestling industry has shaped Hogan as much as Hogan has shaped the professional wrestling industry. And the industry has been, hella racist for quite a while. Okay, so let's look at some of the cheeky examples of racism from professional wrestling's past. Harley Race once told Ron Simmons, "I had a boy like you to carry my bags." You had the whole Virgil Ted DiBiase thing. A Samoan guy was dressing up as a Japanese guy. Everything that Jerry Lawler used to say about Kai and Tai. Nation of Domination was a thing. X-Pac blacked up on television. Goldust blacked up on television. Roddy Piper half blacked up on television. Let's see, who else? You had Akeem, the African Dream, Kamala, Papa Shango, Crime Time. There was that feud where Triple H looked Booker T up and down and said, "People like you don't get to be world heavyweight champion." I mean, for God's sake, Vince McMahon used the N-word on live television in front of Booker T and Sharmell. Now the thing is, yes, you can say about all of these, we're just creating larger-than-life characters. We're an entertainment company. But the fact that you think that's entertaining says something about how institutionalized this prejudice is in the professional wrestling industry. And when Hulk Hogan's been a part of that, when he's been a part of an industry that says it's not just okay to talk about this stuff, but we're doing it for monetary gain, and then you throw him under the bus where he uses racial language in a private conversation, not for monetary gain, WWE, then the hypocrisy gets a little hard to stomach. I mean, honestly, if we kicked out of the Hall of Fame everyone who once used racial language behind closed doors, I don't think there'd be anyone left in there, except perhaps a very angry Ron Simmons and, I don't know, Howard Finkel. Howard Finkel's sort of the Hufflepuff of the WWE. So was it fair? It's dicey, but was it right to do it? Ultimately, yes. And if you want any more proof of how right it was an action for WWE to take, then just look how much it's going to hurt them. I mean, this is going to be appalling for the WWE. I mean, he could barely talk, but Hulk Hogan was one of their biggest shills. He was a guaranteed crowd reaction. And also, the WWE Network is what the company are basing themselves on. The streaming model is the way their company is going. And that is built on the value of wrestling past. And Hulk Hogan is wrestling's past. This is a nightmare. It's like finding out that Walt Disney hated Jewish people. What, really? Oh. Okay, it's like finding out that Steve Austin was once arrested for domestic violence. You're kidding. Okay, then it's like finding out that Bill Cosby was... Oh, come on, there's no heroes left. You see, for a huge amount of the world's population, Hulk Hogan equals wrestling. he is the only wrestler that a lot of people have heard of. So when Hulk Hogan equals racist, wrestling equals racist. So yes, the company have to make a huge statement, and they have to get rid of Hulk Hogan. Because that's how you make change. Brutal statements. The WWE is more philanthropic than ever before. It's deeply embedded in the whole charity and also charity PR thing. Stephanie McMahon once retweeted a very tone-deaf tweet saying philanthropy is the future of marketing. And whether or not you view this as a cynical move, ultimately it is right. Because a lot of this prejudice is institutionalized. It's made okay because you see it on TV, in wrestling, all the time. So yes, you have to make huge, brutal examples of people in order to enact change that you can see, change that you can document. And Hulk Hogan has been made an example of. Now, considering his legacy, is that fair? It's very difficult to say because so many people's emotions are wrapped up in this. But ultimately, objectively, is it right? Yes, of course it is. Because ultimately, wrestling is built on one central tenet, that in order for the world to become a more just place, the heels have to lose. And with homophobia, racism, and, his infamous ego, Hulk Hogan might just be one of the biggest heels in the industry. So that's what I think about that. Do you disagree? If so, tell me about it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you can even follow me on Twitter. Here, I'm Adam from whatculture.com, and I will see you soon.